Hello, good afternoon. Yay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Voices of Courage and we are at the series Courage to Be You, right? And we are still talking about shape. All right, so welcome back, Anita. I'm so glad to see
Welcome to
you.
Singapore. It's good to be home. I've not tasted Singapore weather yet. So it's from Changi Airport aircon to a bus aircon to a hotel aircon.
Yeah, why were you in, you want to share with our audience, why were you in UK?
To marry Prince Charles? No. Okay. Well, just settling my firstborn. She went to uni. So as a mother, I know I just had to go and settle her. But it was a good thing I went. It's out of 5 weeks I'm away, 4 weeks I'm in quarantine.
Right. Yeah. And you are currently still in quarantine, right?
Yep. Today
Yes.
is day 1. Exactly 24 hours.
All
I still
right.
got 30 more days. So if I call you midnight, you know I'm bored. What about me today? Today we have a very special
Yes.
guest. Tell us more.
Yes. Yeah. And we will continue with the personality. We are going to have a final look at the Enneagram personality using the Enneagram. And we have a very special guest. She is the expert in this, and she is my shifu also. And are we ready to bring her on?
Yes, let's bring on this.
Hello.
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 Hello,
Hi,
Lilian.
Cindy.
Hi.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
very much for coming on to our lunchtime chat show. So, ladies, you are having your lunch and then, just chit chat with us. You feel free to comment. And Anita would like to introduce Cindy.
Okay, y'all got to listen carefully,
Yeah,
okay? I
she
mean,
has a
all
lot
this
of
thing about
accolades.
personality, this whole time talking about type 1, type 9. Okay, here we bring the Sifu here, Cindy Leong. Okay. Listen to this. Okay? This is how amazing this amazing woman is. Okay, she's a founder and of Relationship Studios. Okay, she runs her own company which deals with all this personality type. Okay, she's also a training and community partner with Class Living and Women of Courage Asia. She's an Enneagram personality coach and corporate trainer. Okay, and her accredited professional is with renown. Okay, listen to this. She's only one of the four Singaporeans that has been accredited with the International Enneagram Association (IEA). So,
Yes.
if you want
Congratulations.
to, yeah,
Woo.
congratulations! If you want to
Thank
expert this one, she's also a member of the International Coach Federation (ICF), Singapore Psychological Society. Oh, I like this one. Accredited dating practitioner with the Singapore Social Development Network (SDN). So, okay, if you need to know something about your personality and you want to go on a date,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
and then you like to know the whole psychosis of it. Okay,
Yeah, she's also the love expert in class 95, right? Like
Oh,
class
yes,
95
yes. I
FM.
was on air yesterday. Yeah. Every
see, I
fortnight,
told you,
Wednesday,
right?
8 p.m.
So, for all our audience out there, time to put away your bak chor mee, your chicken rice, and stay tuned. Okay, you want to bring up all these nuggets from this lady, and all to you now, Lilian.
Right. So I'm very, very thankful for Cindy for coming on. So we want to let our audience get to know you, personally, at a more personal level first, and then we explore, wow, the great works that you are doing. Okay. And as you have known, we are going by this framework called the SHAPE, which is by Pastor Rick Warren. Yeah. And S stands for spiritual gift. H is what your heart is passionate about. A is your natural abilities. P, of course, that's your expertise, the personality. And then E, the experiences in your life. So understanding your shape will give us a clue to our purpose in life. So can you share with us a little bit about your shape? Not this shape, but this
Now
shape.
it's definitely out of shape.
No, she's not out of
Yeah.
shape. She's a 3-month-old shape. Okay, she's
Yeah.
got a
Yes.
3-month-old shape. Okay, it'll be back. It'll be
Yeah,
back.
congratulations to that as well. Yeah, the second
Yeah,
Yes.
boy.
2 boys,
3 months old.
2 boys.
Yes.
Definitely get back to shape in 24 hours with 2 boys.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so sharing about my shape. Okay. I discovered it at a very young age, that I am very interested in the topics of relationship at a very young age. I think people who know me since very young, they would know like I'm always curious about relationships. I'm always in relationships, and I'm moving on with relationships. So failed many failed relationship also lah, right? And but then I didn't give up because I realized that there must be a way to figure people out lah, right? There must be a way to get better at understanding people. So that is when, after that, I studied psychology and I went on this journey. Then I learned about the Enneagram. Okay. So, but before that, when I was younger, I already realized that I'm generally curious about people and I like to engage in very deep conversations with people, not like very shallow thing like what you're eating, what's the latest movie in
Mm.
town, all that.
Yeah.
I mean, those topics are okay, like small talk at the beginning, right? But I like to go really deep. And I realize there are people who may have been going through hurts in life or in relationship. They like to go share these experiences with me, and
Mm.
I am not judgmental about all these things. Even if you're telling me, about your struggles, your past, what you've been through, even your sexual orientation, and that's perfectly fine because we're all human.
Mm.
So I'm really not judgmental about all these things, and that I realize is a gift. It's a
Mm.
gift that allows me to get into people's life and help them out of their current situation. And one thing I realized was good, when with me when I was younger, is that I like to help people find out where the issue is in the relationship.
Mm.
Yeah, like always the guy will tell their side of the story, the girl will tell their side of the story. Then actually there's a third version, which is the truth. So you have
Yes.
his side, her side, and the truth. So
Yeah.
when I discovered that whole picture, the holistic thing, and it gives me a sense of satisfaction to help everybody see there where exactly the issue is.
Mm.
So that is yeah. So the spiritual gift wise, right? I really think that I'm good at like discerning the issues of the heart.
Mm.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah, yeah, and to pinpoint where exactly the problem is. Yeah,
Mm.
and then after that, when people tell me where the issues are, I am able to bring them out of that situation. And because of my experiences, the experiences that I've been through, I personally failed in many many relationships, and I think
Mm.
the biggest one was divorce at 24 years old. So
Now.
that
Yeah.
in itself is very telling lah. A failure, 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 confirmed plus chop, certified by government some more, right? So you know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like
it's so
failure,
serious.
okay? So in a
Just
sense,
the government.
you get the idea, right? It's like there's no way I can run away from this. I am really not good at it. And then I figure out, okay, because of this failure, I want to help people shorten learning curve. And
Mm.
after I discover about the Enneagram, then the thought is, ah yeah, if I knew this earlier, or if I knew
Mm.
better then a lot
Yeah.
of heartaches could have been prevented, avoided. I could have
Mm.
done the right things. It's not that I don't want to do the right things, but it's just that at that point in time when we are in that situation, we just don't know better. It's always about
Mm.
not knowing better, right? So after that, then I realized, wow, because of this experience that I've gone through, right? I want to help people shorten the learning curve. If
Right.
everyone would have known better and known earlier, a
Mm.
lot of heartaches can be prevented. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm doing
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Lah.
It's so wonderful, Cindy, that there is no when the way you share chopped by government and all that, there is no voice of resentment. I
Oh,
Mm.
it's
don't
already
hear resentment. I
over.
don't hear, very fast we women, we just go and, go go spiral. But it's really comforting. So you're really in the right place when you talk about, wanting to learn about personality, your enneagram, and bringing your company and yourself to be so highly accredited. So congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it all comes from my personal journey, lah, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been through the lowest point of my life, definitely, like, questioning of self-worth, questioning, am I even lovable, right? Like, what's so horrible about me? Why I keep failing in relationships, right? And then when I got to know the Enneagram, I really start to see why,
Mm.
because both individuals, we all struggles struggle a lot in our personality, our blind spot,
Right.
our vision cycle, and we're just different human beings. So
Mm.
sometimes I must say that, for me in the past, I really don't think I have that much patience and maybe empathy with my
Mm.
partner, and that becomes an issue also, because we will always measure each other, right, using our own ruler. So it's like, hey, I can do it, how come you can't? I don't find that is an issue, how come you find that is an issue? Right? I'm not
Mm.
tired, how come you're tired? Yeah. Like, I still want to talk, how come you want to sleep? So it's that with me. So it's
How many
like my
thousand words women have, right? The number of words that we need to.
Yeah, and then I realized it's my mistake lah. My mistake that I didn't know better at that time, right? So I'm
Right.
just always trying to match other people to my standard and my ruler of
Mm.
measurement, right? My
Mm.
way of seeing the world, which is not how the other person sees it. So
Mm.
so that becomes a struggle lah. So I've been through that healing process, picking myself up from the rock bottom valley moments, and
Mm.
really to find my self-worth again, finding my identity again, rebuild my personality, for whatever damage it has done in the past, right? And yeah,
Mm.
and to where I am right now, lor. Mm.
Right. So that's why is it am I right to say that, that's why your heart's passion, you're passionate about helping people, in the area of relationships. Right.
Yeah,
Mm.
relationship building, not
Mm.
just personal life, but also in workplace, right? Because
Yeah.
honestly, we work how many hours a day, right? One third of our life is at work. So
Yeah.
honestly, if you cannot click well with your bosses, with your colleague, right? It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
life is just miserable.
Right. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
relationship is everywhere. It covers every part of our lives. Yeah. It's like different
Mm,
types of relationship, right? And especially as women, like we are a daughter, we are sister, we are friend, we are wife, we are girlfriend, we are
so many roles
so
to
many
play.
roles, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Then
true, it's true.
yeah, how about that's something I want to be very curious about is
Yeah.
what's your natural abilities?
Ha.
Natural abilities is to fly. No lah.
Mm.
Oh, don't
Natural
bluff.
ability.
Don't bluff.
No
Don't bluff.
lah.
You fly right.
I can walk through the walls. Natural ability, right? It may sound quite creepy, but I can sense like things that are between the lines, and I can kind of sense like what people are thinking and what they could be feeling, and even what they are not telling.
Can
Mm.
you give an
Yeah.
example?
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
that
something
sounds like some
Yeah,
superpower leh.
I told you right. She walked from water right.
Spiritually
At
rather
first she
than
threw
natural
water into
ability.
wine right. I told you right.
so okay, like this is something we do in coaching, right?
Mm.
The clients will come to us with a lot of stories and cover-ups, and my ability is to suss out where the, I won't say, I mean, pardon for my lack of better word, bullshit lah, where the bullshit is, right? Where
Or
is
the
the
smoke
cover-up?
smoke screen or
Smoke
what?
screen, a lot of smoke screen, exactly. So to drill down and get down to the core of the issue, to
Mm.
get down to the core of the issue, and basically to be able to ask questions to get people thinking. And many
Mm.
a times I realize they will be like, that's a good question, I haven't thought about it. And
Mm.
that's good, because it's time to think about it, right? So, and
Right.
also sometimes the smoke screen, right, they are trying to hide something, not
Mm.
that they deliberately want to hide, it's just that,
Mm.
subconsciously they're just not comfortable, or not so open in revealing this part, but precisely that's an important piece of information. Yeah.
Mm.
So sometimes when we do coaching, it's not just about what the person is telling us, but it's
Yeah.
also what the person is not telling
Not
us.
telling us. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what's missing in the story. Like if you
Mm.
hear about like let's say a successful man, right? He talks about
Yeah.
his work, everything work. But how come they don't talk about family one?
Yeah.
Right? How come they don't talk about
Mm.
wife one? Or briefly once liner, then talk about wife, like, oh, my wife gave me 4 kids, full stop. And then go on and talk about other things. Like, your wife like production machine. Um, Tell me more about wife. So there's no like intimacy. It sounds like there's no intimacy, there's no feeling over there.
Mm.
Yeah, which
Mm.
is a missing thing in the person's life. And maybe that could be an area to look into before you want to fix other things in your life, right? Yeah, so
Mm.
that's something I realize I'm naturally good at.
Wow. Yeah, it's just like a lot of active listening, not just listening to the words, but listening to the feelings, right? Like,
Yes,
where's the feelings, or are they missing?
even feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
what's
feeling it or
missing?
not. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
that
to
is
be
a
really active.
yeah,
Yeah,
that is actually quite a skill set, and not only just
Yeah,
something
it's a
you need
gifting.
experience as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, with her many years of experience in coaching and especially personality, wow, it's
yeah.
very difficult to bullshit with her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Smoke screen, smoke screen,
I mean you
lunchtime
can lah,
show.
but okay. So when you see me in a party, for example, right, if I'm not talking to
Mm,
you, right, that means I'm actually shutting down. I'm trying not to be so active
mm,
because when I engage, I will engage very deeply. If not, that I
mm,
don't engage. It's very
right.
clear. Mm,
Wow.
that's for me lah.
Okay.
Take a break.
Yeah. So then, okay, do let's get to know a little bit more about
Yeah,
Cindy.
let's let's find out this lady besides, can read between the lines where she can turn water into wine. Come on. What are your strengths and blind spots? Spill it. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. So the strength is, I am very fast, very prompt, very task oriented. You want me to get something done, I can. Right? You want me to impromptu do something, I can. If you want to bring me for a networking event, just tell me who's there, what's your objective, and I'll be there. I'll know what to do, what to say. Right. So those are the strengths, as in, for my personality, type 3 on the Enneagram, right, is really the achiever. So give me a
Right.
role and I can play that role very well. What you want me to do, I do it. Yeah. Of course, the blind spots then become, right, because type 3 is, I am always taking on the different roles. So the younger me, I realize that I tend to lose myself in
Mm,
all the roles because so many roles, right? So I'm just acting according to the rules. So who am I really as a person? So that
right.
is when, yeah, my personal development journey is first to find myself. It's like an identity crisis, right? Who am I
Mm,
really?
yeah.
Yeah, like what do I really like for myself? What do I really like? Not what the crowd wants me to like, what people around me wants me to like, but it's really what
Mm,
I really like. Yeah.
yeah.
And the blind spot is also because the type 3 is such an achiever, I'm such an achiever. And sometimes I forget about my blind spots. So the blind spot is forgetting about blind spots or ignoring the weaknesses.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes I would say, especially when I was much younger, the listening skills is not. I mean, I'm not so patient to listen. I tend to jump into conclusion too quickly. Yeah,
Mm,
and maybe that is maybe I'm on the right track. But if I jump in too quickly, the other person may not be so ready to receive what I have to say. That means
mm,
even my point can be right, but the way I put it across and the timing that I put it across is not right.
mm.
Mm. And
So
so
would
that's
you
something I
right?
learned.
So would you say that patience is a characteristics that the type 3 will really need to like learn and nurture in them?
Yes, yes, yes. I learned patience over the years.
Yeah, because you're very
Yeah.
fast. I mean, I know quite a lot of type 3 around me also. Wow, very fast pace.
Yes, very
Yeah.
fast paced. Yeah. When it's too slow, we're like, ew, not comfortable. But actually, the growth is I should learn to be comfortable with resting and slowing down, learning to smell the roses. And
Right.
yeah, so I learned to do nothing for one day,
Mm-hmm.
which is which is not very typical of what a type 3 personality would do because for us, it's slowing down is very difficult.
Yeah, and not
Yeah,
doing anything is a struggle also, right?
yeah. Correct, correct, correct. So now I'm learning to not do anything. And of course, when I learned the Enneagram, the deeper thing that I learned is that for type threes, right, because I cannot believe that I can be loved for just who I am. That's why I need to
Ah.
constantly do things to be loved, lor, to get the love,
Mm,
to get the appreciation, to get the applause, because I deep in my heart, right, I don't believe I can be loved for who I am. Then
mm.
and I should be loved for what I do. So that becomes a vicious cycle and a blind spot. Yeah.
Right.
So the greatest homework for me and the healing for me at that time was really to believe that I can be loved for who I am.
Mm.
Even with my flaws and my weaknesses, right? I can be loved for who I am. And
Right.
that allows me to then, receive the healing that I need, and then to know that I don't need to do any more things to prove myself. I don't
Mm.
need to keep striving so that I can get somewhere, so that people can see, so that I can prove something. There's no need to prove. There's no
Mm.
need to show anything. Of course, it's important to showcase when it's time to showcase, but when it's
Mm.
not, then it's okay lah. Just take the back seat. It's fine lah. It's not my role, not my turn to talk. Then don't talk lah. No need to showcase anything. So, being comfortable in that space, it became
Mm.
a trained behavior. Like it's
Oh.
a lot of my own. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to be very secure in who we are, in our identity. Yeah,
Yes.
and with that security and confidence, then
Mm.
yeah, that um, that
Yeah.
will balance it off. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the most important thing in my spiritual growth, right, is also about, when God tells me, you don't need to do any more or less thing to be loved. You are just loved the
Mm,
way I am
yes.
because I created you this way.
Yes.
Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course, in the head we know, but in
Mm,
the heart to
Yeah.
really internalize this, yeah.
yeah.
It's
I think I
so
learned this lesson. I mean, I hear this as well. Yeah, and I learned this through I think a prompting. To look at motherhood, to look at parenting, like how I mean, like we will love our children whether they perform or don't perform,
Yeah.
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they fail, we still love them. They perform, they do well, we celebrate their milestones.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is like
But
a
that
reminder.
is also a parenting blind spot for
Mm,
type threes, because we
okay.
value efficiency so much, we value end result so much. And it's
Mm,
true, looking at other parents who are also type 3, like some of my students or some of our clients, I do realize, oh my God, the parents literally hold the kids to a certain KPI.
yeah, that's very stressful.
Yes. And that is my
Like, after
reminder
this
to
show, right?
myself. Huh?
After this show, I'm not a type 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can tell you are not. No, so
You're
so
not.
in a sense, I was like, so stressful. Then it became a reminder for myself that I don't want to be a parent like that. Yeah,
Mm,
I mean there can be that tendency, even type 3 is becoming mother, or parents, they can hold the kid to KPI, tasks to be done, what's next, and
mm,
what are the objective and goals you want to achieve in the next 3 years, that kind of thing. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
imagine
I
yeah,
think that's why it goes back to, like, if the mother, the type 3 mom themselves has to find that security in their identity.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this
yeah,
is, yeah, it's going to impose onto the children, or the children will
Yeah.
be very
yeah,
stressed, especially the type 9 or
And
6
most so
or what.
and more so in our Singapore education system, it's enough pressure already. Because I'm a
yeah,
preschool teacher, and um, I now I know maybe those mothers that come and ask me must be a type 3 mothers lah. I always keep them on whenever they kind of like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then they're
yeah,
happy, when I tell them like every child is different, they need their time, and they will blossom, their milestones. And they're like,
yeah.
as if they want me to like collect all the stones now and give it to them, What milestones? I don't have a mile to give you. I want it in CMs.
Uh, yes. So you see, so all these situations, right, remind me not to be a tiger mom like that.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
right.
don't.
I'm so glad I learned Enneagram when I'm younger, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So when
and,
when when does that because you say that, this is one of your blind spots, right? And then, was there a aha moment or incident that happened that you shifted, that you find your security in your identity, and yeah, was there an
oh,
incident
I think the
or
divorce
aha?
is the wake up call. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. That one was definitely the wake up call. And then that is when I went back to like do a lot of self reflection, to think through what actually went wrong. Because for me, everything moved very fast, right? So move on
mm,
also very fast. So in a sense, move on also didn't process the hurt, didn't process what
Mm,
actually went wrong, what on my
right.
part went wrong. So now I had a more holistic view. Then I know, okay, his part, what is his part that he didn't do right? Because he's also not so high mastery, ma. At that time, I'm
Mm,
also not high mastery, so also both of us didn't know better. So I could actually pinpoint where the issues are. And now
mm,
moving forward is really not let other things like my successes or what I do, my achievement, be tied to my identity. In fact, my identity
mm,
is who I am as a child of God. That's it, right?
mm,
And
mm.
there's nothing
Nice.
more or less I need to do or achieve. Whatever I do is not to prove anything. If I want to do
Mm,
it, it's really okay. It's a calling to do to help people. If I don't do, that's fine also. Yeah,
mm,
that's fine also because it's a calling, ma. It's a calling from God. You want me to do, I do. Yeah, but if I
mm,
cannot do, it's also okay. I won't be like beating myself up.
mm.
So really just to free myself, lah.
Right, right. I
Mm,
think like
mm.
this is I mean hearing this it just reminds me of like the type 2 want to go and help everybody, right?
Yeah, the helper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is that?
The one covering her face.
Don't know who ah. Aiya.
Where, where?
Where? Don't have.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
So
she
yeah,
she has a higher level sense of self
Yeah.
awareness. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
no more,
yeah.
no more the Uber, Grab, no more
Driver doing
Everybody's
the
everything.
back and call,
Deliveroo.
right?
Yeah, yeah. It's really about moving up the mastery level. Then we look back at ourselves. Then actually, it's funny lah. Can laugh at it lah. Really. No, now it becomes
Yeah.
like we're not so hard on ourselves, and then yeah, that is such a low mastery thing to do, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think the best thing is you can laugh at ourselves. Yeah, and then learn from our whatever mistakes and learn from it.
yes,
Yeah, and
yes. That's
grow.
really important.
I just have
Yeah,
a quick question, Cindy. Just thank you for sharing so honestly. I mean, the big D word, chop and approved by government one. It is a tough. Being Asian, right? It is a very very, if may I say so, being Asian, it's a very shameful thing. Okay,
yeah.
it is right. I mean, like, but what I want to ask you is this: you see, you definitely have high mastery. You have moved forward, and you have moved on, and you now can laugh at yourself. And but what I want to ask you is that now you have two amazing sons. I can see at the back, one
Oh
chubbier than the other. Okay, and I think a very very good looking man behind too in that picture. Okay,
yeah.
I just want to ask you, forgiveness. Being a type 3, how do you forgive yourself? I mean, moving fast is quick, and you are just, you're probably a perfect example of, if I may correct me if I'm wrong, either divorcee or single mom, immediately, first thing I realized that a lot of people, let's get into another relationship ASAP, let's get
Mm,
into another relationship ASAP. So I just want to know, how do you forgive yourself, you know, from the
mm.
mistakes you made and to now?
Okay. How do I forgive myself? It's really to focus on the good that is left and focus on the good that God has deposited in me. So
Mm,
it's really, yeah. So there's still good there. There's still good in me. The heart is still good. It's not that
mm,
I want to go and harm people or hurt people or break people's heart. It's not.
mm,
Yeah, I mean, we are all hurt ourselves as well. So the forgiveness comes from a place of self-love, definitely.
Okay.
Self-love. Yeah, and also not really looking things from like God the Father's perspective, like how a father would look at, like a daughter who have made all the mistakes and
mm.
she's willing to come back. I think it's looking from that perspective.
Nice.
Right.
Mm.
I know, like for the type 3, they have their, worldview.
Worldview.
And yeah, but of course, like, knowing so much about the Enneagram, your personality, and about yourself, is there a change in your worldview now? Like, compared to your younger self and yourself now?
The worldview has not changed, lah. Actually, I
Mm,
mean, the worldview will not change. We
yeah.
will naturally, I will naturally see the world in this angle. However, learning the Enneagram helps me to be more aware that there are many more ways to see the world. And the other personality type may not see the world the way I see the world.
Right.
Right? Like, for example, type 3 sees this world as a contest. Everything is a competition. Everything is a win and a lose. So that may not be the case for other people. I mean, there will be other people who want to enter a contest just for fun.
For fun.
Yeah, just for the experience or just to make friends. So
Yes.
so I do realize that there will be times where I lost in a competition, but I gained a good friend from that experience. So then I realized, no need to beat myself so hard, right? Even if I don't win. Yeah. So of course deep down it's like, still wish to win. Okay lah, but never win. You also win other things, right? Yeah. So really look at it from another angle now. Yeah. Okay lah, you still
Right.
win lah. You still win a good friend, right?
I
Yeah.
think that takes a lot of intentional training on, trying to see from different perspective, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's our autopilot to go to our way of a worldview, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the autopilot way. So it's really to catch ourselves and then not let it get in the way of relationship building, because not everyone see the world the way I do, ma.
Okay, we have a lot of questions for you. So
Yeah,
be
Okay.
patient with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can.
Well, this is the one time that we can really get her.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
what is
all these
the
stories I don't even tell in my classes, but okay.
we are so privileged. Yeah.
No, because you ask good questions, ma. So good question, I'll answer, lor.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what is the one thing that is very evident in you? Yeah, I know. It can be in the area of mindset, emotional state, or behavioral pattern. One thing that's very, very evident.
Very evident. Very
Yeah.
busy. Very busy. Always up to something. Yeah. And honestly, I actually asked some of my friends, right? How does a typical type 3 type 3, maybe not me, but just a typical type 3, most type 3 around you, how do they make you feel? And then they just tell me like very rush lor, always in a hurry like that lor. Talk very fast, eat very fast, everything very fast. Then actually it got me thinking, no, am I like that? Have I been like that to people? So intentionally slowing down, this one is definitely, if not natural state, is very fast. Always think about what to do next. There's always a to-do list. What to do tomorrow, what to do with this person, that person. So honestly, a lot of people call type 3 a slave driver. Because we are naturally
I
good
hear
at
you are very tired already.
very
Oh,
tired,
this
huh?
is the picture. I said, I need to nap now. Maybe I'll go and help and clean out something.
I need to already.
Yeah. So stressed. So that's why for me, I always go for spa and massage to relax.
Right.
Yeah.
So type threes out there, if you know the Enneagram, or if you have not know the Enneagram, find out about it, and then but you can relate some of these traits. Yeah. One tip that's giving away, Cindy is giving away now, is you really want to slow down and then find your me time. Yeah,
Yeah.
pamper yourself, slow down.
Yes. But it's
How does it
actually
make you?
also not easy, because we'll be thinking about
Yeah,
101 thing on the to-do
precisely.
list, right?
Can
How do
you
you
put
massage? Well, someone's massaging you. I can imagine, right? Probably there's massaging your back. You got a list looking down here, right? Like, okay,
the
I'm
whole?
the
No
whole
lah.
you're reading,
Of course you
right?
cannot. Okay. Honestly, that's a secret thought that I have, okay? How nice would it be if I can just put the phone down there and I can still work? But cannot
Then
lah. That was the secret thought, that I had. But it's stupid lah. I mean, I'll be thinking like, it fits the purpose then, right? You're supposed to relax. You're not supposed to massage and work at the same time. So yeah.
So you
So
have
yes,
to like schedule in the to-do list is to rest, go massage.
yes,
That is
yes.
like part of your
Exactly what I
to-do
do.
list, right?
I have to do, yes. So resting is part of the to-do list. Then I can rest.
Right.
So
So
I
even
purposely have to
resting is
block
a
out.
to-do list.
Yes. I have to block out the calendar. Otherwise, we'll never rest, because for type 3 by default, is work. So therefore, Yeah, by default it's work. So therefore we need to really, yeah, I need to really schedule rest in. And at first scheduling rest for 1-2 hours, like not very comfortable. Then slowly lah, I train myself lah to be okay with 1-2 hours not doing anything. Then 4 hours not doing anything. Then one day not doing anything. Then
Oh
I feel
wow. So
happy
able to one day without doing anything.
without doing anything. Just watch my Hong Kong drama, just eat my ice
Ah.
cream. Really not achieving anything, lor. Like there's
Mm,
nothing to achieve, no work related stuff. Yeah.
mm.
Then what a type 3 would think, right? So oh yeah, that's an achievement to be able to not
Right.
go
Well,
back to the
everything
same
becomes an achievement. Yeah.
achievement. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
sometimes my husband will be like, "Aya, you this idiot type 3." Yeah, it's true. It's like this type 3 thing coming up again. So it's there, lor. It's just there, and it's a conscious effort to put this aside, put work aside.
Yeah, but I think the important thing here with that what you have achieved is that you rested, you recharge,
Yes,
you refresh. Yeah, you took care of yourself. Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
more
yeah.
important. Huh?
Yeah, because not doing anything make me feel useless. Okay, we'll feel
Mm,
useless of not being able to achieve anything. But thank God lah, my husband is very understanding. So during the COVID period, I actually candidly tell him, like I say, hey, I didn't do anything, I didn't achieve anything. I feel so useless during this period. And then he said, because then I was pregnant, right? And then during COVID,
mm.
and then nothing to do, stay at home, I was resting a lot. So I said, I feel very useless. Then he, in his most candid and direct way, he just say, then just be useless lah. It's okay, what? I still love you.
What type is your husband? Your husband is what type?
Ah, my husband is a type 8 challenger. So he's a challenger and he's very direct lah. He's very in the face.
Yeah,
So that
I
is
can relate to that.
very
My
in the
husband is
face, lor.
also eight.
Yeah, and he just goes like, useless, then useless lah. I still love you, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it helps, like it helps to have understanding family members that supports us in our growth, especially in taking breaks. Because sometimes the society will be telling us you should work hard. Why take a break? Work hard lah. Your boss will say, why take a break? Work lah, continue at this pace, very good. So if we don't know how to pull back, actually, honestly, we can burn out lah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
So
yeah.
surrounding us with people who are supportive, like a community of people who are supportive, your family members, your spouse who are being supportive in,
Mm,
knowing where your blind spots are and what your heart really needs.
mm,
Need. Yeah. And then they can support
yeah.
you in that. Yeah.
I think that's why the Enneagram is so powerful because it doesn't just look at the surface, the traits, and it actually goes much deeper, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
into the motivation, the ego structure, and all, and
Yeah.
worldview, the
Yeah.
needs,
Your
and all
natural
that part.
defense mechanism, your
Yeah,
autopilot way of doing things. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So, being equipped with this tool and the knowledge of this really will help in relationship building. Yeah, it can prevent a lot of heartbreaks
Misunderstanding.
and misunderstanding.
Yes.
Right. And now
It's true.
the next question we want to ask you is your love language.
Oh, okay, this is interesting. Okay, because this one very interesting.
Uh,
Uh, because the Enneagram, right? There's this subtype thing, which is on
mm,
your, self-preservation. Are you the self-preservation
yep.
instinct type, or are you the social type, or are you
Mm,
the sexual type, which is the one-to-one?
1 to 1. Yeah.
Yes. So, and because of that, actually, to the love
Mm,
language, right, there's actually a
mm,
twist to it. Like, for example,
yeah.
if you say quality time, right? What kind of quality time? Like eating together, is it quality time? Maybe to the self-preservation subtype, that is quality time. But for me,
Mm,
maybe that is not so a quality time. Maybe for
mm,
me, it's more an in-depth conversation because I'm more
yeah.
of the sexual one-to-one subtype. So I want
Yes.
a deeper connection, a deeper conversation.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that. Then if you talk about gift giving, what kind of gift? Then maybe the
Mm,
self-preservation subtype, they will think a practical gift is, what they prefer. But for
mm,
me, right, because it's the one-to-one sexual subtype, so we prefer handwritten cards.
mm,
Something more personalized that talks about you and me. our relationship, our connection,
Like
So,
connection.
yes. So it's very, very more personal. Or even though it can be free, it can be a handmade card. It can be a card that costs $1 from the bookstore, but it is the words and all that, the thoughts about all this, about us, about this connection, this friendship that makes it special. So I would say love language is not just the 5 love languages, but within itself, you can actually go
Right.
deeper in terms of
Yeah.
the Enneagram subtype. And then when you know what is the subtype, right, then now you understand why. Like, okay, I tell you this funny joke, okay? For my birthday, true story, okay?
Okay,
For my
true
birthday
story. Yeah, come. Very juicy,
last
juicy,
year,
eh?
yeah. So me and my husband went on a cruise and he's trying to get a cake on the cruise. Okay, so the second day of the cruise was my birthday. But the cruise said the people said cannot get it in time. So if you want a cake, it's the third day, which is one day after my birthday.
That's it. Type 3.
No, then you know what happens or not? Okay, for you, what will you do? Will you celebrate the birthday then one day after?
No,
Okay,
No.
or go ahead without a cake?
I'll go ahead without
Go
a
ahead
cake.
without a cake.
Go ahead.
Precisely right. Okay, so my husband is a self-preservation guy, so the cake is very important.
Ah.
So you
Oh
imagine what
no.
happened that night. I was trying to dress up. I said, okay, what should I dress? Are we having a dinner? Not on my birthday that night, right? So then he goes like, don't dress out so nicely lah. There's nothing tonight. Can you imagine?
I was like,
So I was
what?
like, why there's nothing tonight? Oh, actually, because the cake cannot arrive in time today. So I intend to celebrate it tomorrow.
It's like you are the person, not the cake.
Not the cake, exactly right. So
Yeah.
now that so I had to re-explain this whole thing again with him about my subtype, about what I actually prefer. It's not the cake. The cake is really not important. Yeah, you can even like whip out something, right? Write a card or something, and just a quiet
Yeah.
walk by the deck. That's fine.
Yeah.
And don't need a cake. So yeah.
So I mean, it's really very important, just with your real life example, real life story, right? I mean, if
Yeah.
if the partners they didn't know, then
Yeah.
the other party will feel like, oh, you don't love me.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly right. Yeah, but it's not lah. I know that he is a self-preservation guy and I'm a one-to-one sexual subtype person. So the needs are just different. And
different.
even though we are married for like 5 years now, right? Still he's trying to write me cards from time to time.
And that's so
And
sweet.
he has to put alarm to do so because he will forget. Because that's not the thing
You
in the
have
And
had
they should have to put the alarm, right?
yes, must have
Yeah,
alarm. Otherwise he'll
must
forget.
acknowledge his effort.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah. So in the past, if I didn't know the Enneagram, I don't know the subtype, right? I would just think that this guy, not sincere one, like you don't really love me. But it's not. It's just that the way you show me love is different. I mean, for self-preservation people, they show you love by making sure there's food on the table, by
Yeah.
making sure the house is taken care of. So it's all the more material things is taken care of. Yeah, but for me, it's more, the romantic portion, the handwritten cards, all that lah. Yeah. So it's just different in the way we show love, lah. Like just got
Right.
to understand that and accept that lah. Yeah.
the word is accepting the person for who they are, and if the cake is 24 hours late but I'm still there, I got this pretty dress and we're gonna have dinner tonight whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. But okay, but I did tell him lah, it's my birthday. So you gotta do it my way lah, obviously, right?
Right. So
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 yeah.
so y'all went. I mean, y'all went ahead with the dinner and all that, lah. Right.
Yeah, I went ahead with the dinner. Then finally, he managed to ask the restaurant manager to come up with a cake, and finally, there
Oh,
is a cake. Yeah, but it was
happy
like
ending.
after I was upset already. You see, so it's like
Oh yeah, tak show
this could
already,
have
right?
this could have been prevented. But oh well.
Well,
So this year he did better.
we learn, right?
Yeah, he did better. So he's like, okay, celebrate. Because that day, this year's birthday, I was actually teaching a class. So during the lunchtime, he and the whole team, my relationship studio team, just surprised me lah after during the lunchtime. Yeah. And my colleague was very funny. So she was telling me, hey, your husband very funny. He's like, oh, we can do up this particular surprise celebration for her, and I've got the cake. Then I'm like, oh, still at the cake.
That's going to be with him. This cake thing is going to be attached to him for
Yeah.
I
the
suppose
longest
it's
time.
easier to get cake on land than it is in sea lah. So okay, it's a big achievement.
Still, yeah lah. But still, the cake is so important still, right?
But it better
Right.
be a good cake, man. What cake was it this year?
Oh, good cake, lychee martini. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, lychee martini cake. Because I kind of mentioned like, hey, it sounds like a nice cake to have lah, to eat. Then we're saying, hey, next time we go this place and buy. So didn't get to buy. So he actually ordered it for my birthday. That was
Well
nice
done.
gesture. Yeah.
Well done.
Wow. So that's how you prefer to be treated, right? In I mean that's your love language. But how do you express your love to your loved
Ah.
ones and friends? Yeah, because it can be
Oh,
different, right? It not
uh,
necessarily be the same.
yeah, but for me, it's more or less pretty similar, quite the same. It's like how I want to
Mm.
be treated is how I kind of treat others.
Mm.
But of course now I know lah, learning the Enneagram, different types prefer to be treated differently. So I cannot always
Yeah.
use my way. Yeah, but my manageable way of communicating with people or building
Mm.
relationship is really to spend quality time, like maybe spend a 2-3 hours quality high tea or
Mm.
lunch together. It's really spending time. I mean, if I can spend so much time, like 2-3 hours out of my busy schedule with you, right? That means you are really important.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Anita, you're very important to her now.
Why I
She
guess
really
you gotta
set
deliver
aside
both
her
sugar
lunch
and ingredient,
time
is
just to
it?
chit chat with us,
That's
I know,
true. That's
right? I know, right? And then
yeah,
she's
yeah.
so kind.
Yeah, wow,
Continue
really
your
good love,
questions,
love, love.
Tanya.
And outside, how many people waiting for me to go out for lunch right now? Yeah, I mean they are going out for lunch and I'm supposed to join them. Yeah. Then after that, I'll come back to office and teach my Enneagram class half a day to
Mm,
complete this class. Yeah, there's a class going on right now outside in my office.
right, right. Yeah. So you see, Anita, very privileged, huh?
I know, right? I
Yeah.
tell you what your office is. I come and deliver lychee martini cake, okay? I'll get the cake.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, on that note, yeah, we want to get to know more about the works that you do. You know,
Yeah.
can you share with us, like besides, of course, you're running the relationship studio, and what other things, other like maybe even community work and other, yeah,
There's
what are
a
the
lot of
works that
things.
you're involved?
Putting my
Mm.
hand in many things like an octopus like that. Okay, but everything we do is on the Enneagram, that's for
Mm.
sure. Right? We have been doing outreach project to the prison, which we were
Mm.
supposed to start beginning of this year, but
Yes.
we couldn't. So
Yeah.
probably next year. Yes. So
Mm.
we are doing that using the Enneagram to
I'm
help.
patient. It's okay.
Correct. To help the incarcerated to find out more about their personality strengths so that they can be a
Mm.
better version or higher mastery version of themselves. And of
Yeah.
course, we have been doing work for the campuses, for schools, universities, because their career officers is always having a headache about where to place them for their job placement, right? So we've been
Mm.
using the Enneagram to help them to find out their career preferences, career path. And of
Right.
course, with the different industry like corporates, basically our training right now is under the WSQ.
Mm.
So I'm sure 1st of October, everyone has extra $500 to spend. Yay!
Mm.
Can you see on our training, you don't need to fork out any cash. Yeah.
Yes.
It's WSQ now. And you get a WSQ cert after the
Right.
session, the 2 days course and a 1 hour one-to-one coaching.
Mm.
Yeah, because I really focus a lot on the coaching. A lot of training
Mm.
providers, they don't do coaching because coaching quite waste time, lah, right? I mean, 1 hour per person, so that's how many hours already, right? But for us, I really, really believe in if you want to get to the heart of the matter, it has to be
Yeah.
private, lah. You
Yeah.
can't really talk about your private matters in a class. So that's why
Mm.
we have the 1 hour one-to-one session for you to address your concerns, your challenges, and the coach can also give you a solution or tips regarding your current challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah. So coaching is also part of the program itself.
Mm.
So that's
May I
something
Yeah.
we can do.
May I ask Cindy? Sounds like a lot, but what's your heartbeat? Moving. I mean, you have all this in your plate. Is there another? Are you going to widen the plate, or are you going to have a new plate? But what's your heartbeat?
My hobby is still about helping people relationship building, personal or professional. And it's about Enneagram, it's about finding yourself. So it's still that. Yeah, it's still that.
Mm.
It's just that different angle, right? Different industry, they have
Mm.
different needs, go in with a different angle. Of
Mm.
course, we have also helped parents, like parenting, like lately, the heart beating a lot more for parenting because I
I
became parent
wonder
of
why.
yeah, right. You see why, right? Yeah,
It's not
because
about the cake, right? It's not about the cake.
it's not about a kid anymore. Yeah, who cares about a kid? Now the milk bottle. Yeah, yeah, about parenting lor. And I remembered how sometimes our parents or parent-in-law, right, the older generation, they will use words like, "Ah, yeah, this mother so useless one, this one also don't know." Very harsh, huh? But
Mm,
our first time, everybody first time mom, what? So it's also my first time. So when being told these, actually for type 3, remember, don't want to be useless, right? So you can
mm.
call me stupid, you can call me ugly, you can call me anything, but don't call me useless. That's really not useless. Yeah, so that was like for a moment.
一针
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
一针见血。
So I'm like, okay lah, they don't know better. The older generation, they really don't know better. So when parents become parents, you actually open yourself to a lot more criticism, comments, and all that, especially regarding the kid. It's like how the kid is a reflection of you. Like,
Expression.
hello,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It's
So
just the kids don't have their own
Personality.
mentality or capacity, right?
yeah,
As if
yeah.
like
So
two batteries in them.
I see that the help to help like with parenting and all that really is important. Like
Mm,
even with this COVID season, right? Like people are all kept at home, and then you realize, wow, there's so many issues at home because the kids, the husband, the wife all cannot work
mm,
together. And
mm.
yeah. So lately, I've been doing a lot more of this kind of topics as well, and
Right.
lately also more with educators.
Mm,
Yeah, like educators,
Mm.
how to groom the children, how to
mm,
manage the difficult parents. Yeah. So I mean, my heartbeat is really about spreading, sharing the love, the enneagram, the wisdom
mm.
of enneagram. Yeah, with more people,
Yeah.
Right.
and more people saying, "I wish I know it earlier."
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wish I knew it earlier.
Same. I
Yeah.
wish I knew it earlier. I only knew it when this year.
Yeah, but it's never too late. It's never too late,
Yeah, it's never
and
too
we are
late.
very appreciative and thankful that Cindy she has also come and share in our community, Women of Courage Asia community.
Yeah.
So in spite of her busy schedule, yeah, so she has also we have just locked her in for next year as well. Yeah,
Yes.
and we have lovely
February.
Cindy here
Yes.
in the month
February.
of February, but because
Yeah.
our meeting is always on the last Tuesday of the month. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that will be on the 23rd of February,
23rd
right?
February.
23rd of
Yeah.
February. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and yeah, she's also our training partner. So, for those of us who want to dive deeper into the Enneagram, become the Enneagram expert, or, to learn how to use the
Mm.
Enneagram as a coaching tool,
Yeah.
yeah, so she's also our partner. And you have a special code, the WOCA, WOCA special code for you, right? And what else are we doing together? Oh yeah, we did something together, right, this year.
Oh, you mean
Ta-da!
the oh, la, la.
Yes,
Yes,
we did the Voices of Courage
yes,
book project together, where a team of us, a few ladies, we come together, including Anita as well. Your code is inside there. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
So
So we all
our
shared a quote.
yes, so our vision mission is really to inspire women.
Yeah,
Yeah, to inspire women, and I think a dose of a positive quote can really help us to kickstart the day as well. Right.
Yep.
yes,
So check out Cindy's quote in the book. Right. If
yes,
you want to get a copy of the book, you can actually check with her or check with us. Right.
yeah,
Through our links below.
yes.
Right. And wow, what else? What else is cooking up for you? What is the next thing that's happening for you, Cindy?
There's no other next thing. Just very busy conducting the level ones and the level twos right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
personally went through Cindy's program, and it's really of very great value. And I'm very thankful. Like, I'm equipped with the tools, and now I'm able to coach other people using the tool as well. So yeah, it's really amazing. I must really say the Enneagram is a really very powerful tool for coaches out there as well, right? Hmm.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add on about the Enneagram? I know you're very passionate about the Enneagram.
Wow, there's a
Hmm.
lot of things to say. Like, what you want me to say? Well, the add-on, the
If
add-on is
let's say if a lady if what's the last word you can say to save a lady regarding Enneagram, to save a relationship? What
okay.
using Enneagram?
Before they learn the Enneagram, rather, I would say a lot of relationships they end prematurely because they don't know better.
Mm.
So rather, I would tell people who are on the verge of breaking up to give yourself one last chance, one last try with the knowledge of Enneagram, and you will see things turning for the better. And even maybe even after the Enneagram, and you realize that, okay, this is really not the path I want, at least you are more informed. You have more clarity. Because honestly, at that mode, of you know on the verge of breaking up, the mind is really not working, the heart is feeling a lot, and everything is dysfunctional in that sense. So on that verge, I hope that people can have more clarity before they
Mm.
make the decision to break up, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
good
Yeah.
advice. Good advice. Before
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
throwing in the towel, right? Before throwing the towel, be informed and get educated.
yeah,
Yeah.
at least do something meaningful together, and
Mm.
when both party put in the effort, at least you will see that, okay, whether it's going to work out or not. I mean, the saddest story is really one party want to do something, the other party don't want, then
Mm.
it's very tough, or both parties just gave up prematurely.
Right. I think, yeah. I think that's what that's why a lot of divorce cases, and I mean, for those
Yeah,
who haven't even get to the divorce stage, I mean the marriage stage, yeah,
yeah,
the relationship couldn't
even start.
proceed. Yeah.
Some couldn't even start. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
blind spot. Yeah, it's true.
Mm.
And I was just telling my husband the other day, COVID broke whatever it can break. Like
Yeah,
literally,
and
whatever that's on the verge, right? It can be like a relationship, a business, a whatever, a job.
mm,
If it's not even stable in the first place, right? You just broke everything that is breakable,
yeah.
and it's really a clear sign.
Mm. So I think on that note, for those of you who want to have a glimpse of what the Enneagram is about, or to not just the Enneagram, but to understand a bit more about yourself, we have actually an upcoming webinar, live
Yeah.
webinar, yeah, called "Knowing Me, Knowing You." Right. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, which we will touch a little bit about the Enneagram as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
but then if you want to dive deeper, like we said, we have Relationship Studio as our training
Yeah.
partner to go
Yeah.
to for the deep dive,
Yeah.
right? And so this is happening on the 12th of October, right?
Yeah.
And so you can click on the link to sign up. And then, Anita, what's happening this month at our monthly empowerment meeting?
Okay, this month for a monthly empowerment meeting that's happening on the 27th of October. Guess who we're having? We're having your Cindy. We're having your next door neighbor who's sharing the office with you,
Oh, really?
Vivian. We're having Vivian.
Vivian!
Yes, Vivian is
Hi.
come to
Just
do
outside,
her
Yeah,
actually.
activity. She's
Yeah,
outside.
she's outside teaching the class now.
she's
Okay.
teaching outside right now.
Yeah. So we're going to borrow Vivian for a while from you.
Ah,
Okay. It'll be in end of October, which is the 27th of October,
yes.
and we also have Lynette, who's one of our community
Yes.
leaders, who's going to
Yeah.
share her story of courage.
Oh,
Mm.
So that's
cool. I'm
fun.
sure you
Yeah.
all will really enjoy that. Yes.
What's the uniqueness about our women? monthly empowerment meeting, Anita. For those who are not familiar with
Okay.
Women of Courage Asia, yeah.
Well, it's women, for women, by women, only women. If you don't think you're a woman, don't come. Okay. But what happened is it's actually a community of ladies. Exactly like people like we have whole beautiful group of women that comes together that shares their heart. And they're very sincere. And the whole program is run by volunteers, means by us women that and we have on 2 platforms. We have it live. Okay, we were very brave last month. We have it live. We also have it via Zoom, so concurrently. So the best part about it is that you just see people with different women with different expertise coming together just to give their heart, just to build a group of women again, from fear to courage.
Yes, and there's 2 speakers. One is to share their expertise, like what Vivian will be sharing, and then the other component, the other segment is the story of courage, where they will share their life story. How they overcome their challenges and adversity in life, and so you can be not only just be inspired, but be equipped and empowered to actually move on. And move
and it's a
forward.
very safe environment, and there'll be a segment just for you. So for ladies, you can also share your story of courage. I mean,
as an open mic segment, right?
Yeah, that's open mic segment. Until you share, you do not know. Like what Cindy was saying, right? There's a lot in between the lines, right? So until you share, you will never know where your blind spots are and where you may need help.
So we look forward to seeing you at either at our Knowing Me, Knowing You live webinar, or our Women of Courage, not all, and our monthly empowerment meeting. Yes.
Yeah, on the 27th.
Yes, and mark down your calendar, in advance on the 23rd of February 2021, where we will have Cindy to come and share with us. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So be very careful, okay? You open your mouth, you can read between the lines. And trust me, if she's gonna be there, it's because you're really special. Because you gotta know that but there's people outside there waiting to have lunch with her now.
Yes.
We shall not take up
your time
anymore. We already snatched her away from her team for so long. So thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you for coming on to this chat lunchtime chat show. So we'll see you very soon. And
see
looking
ya.
forward to work with you in the prison as well.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Bye.